Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is finally Friday, December 6th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Please welcome back to the Dollhouse for his second appearance here, Dev Martell. Now, you know Dev from the hit show Talks with Myself, and I'm super excited to have him back for his second interview. I hope you guys are doing just as wonderful as I am today. Every girl deserves some sparkle. I have been feeling the sparkle this week, y'all. Like, it is the holiday season, and I figured, why not? So I'm super excited for today's show. We're going to have some fun. We're going to catch up with our very special guest, but I hope you guys all are doing wonderful and fabulous this Friday. Have you guys started your Christmas holiday shopping yet? Because I've already checked off everything. It is done. My Christmas holiday shopping is done. So make sure that you guys are going out here and preparing and getting yourself ready as well also. All right? So without further ado, let me go ahead and share this live with Dev so that we can get him in here. All right. And we are here, y'all. This train is long. This train is long. So I'm going to sit it right there so y'all can see it. See how beautiful it is. Isn't it beautiful? But yes, I wanted to do blue today. Yesterday I did like a multi-colored one, but today I wanted to do something very elegant, very classy, very vintage Hollywood glam. Hence the Farrah Fawcett, back to the blonde. I wanted to step a little bit out of my comfort zone because I've been wearing the dark hair for a couple days now. Now it's time to go to the blonde again. So I always change it up. I'm always changing my look and evolving with the time. So we're waiting on Dev to get here. But in the meantime, we hope you all are out there keeping warm because it is cold outside. Only for fashion will I sacrifice and do this look right here, Fashion Dolls. So while we're waiting on Dev, in the meantime, between time, season 19 is coming. January 1st, 2025, we'll be back, and we have some fresh new faces that will be joining me as well, too. In the meantime, between time, make sure you guys are subscribed to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube so that you guys can check out some of the previous interviews and shows as well, too. It's a lot of content. It's a lot of content, so you guys will definitely be impressed. All right? So let me see if Dev is ready. Let me shoot him a message. And we're messaging each other. So acquiring minds are thinking alike. We're messaging each other right now. But we're waiting on Dev to get here so that we can kick off this amazing conversation and interview because we did have a good conversation last time. So this will be part 2. This is his second appearance. I'm going to put this train over here so I don't trip. So you guys can see it. It's much better spread out that way. So we're waiting on Dev. And without further ado, Fashion Dolls, again, like I said, I'm putting the train right here because the train is heavy. So without further ado, Fashion Dolls, let's welcome back to the Dollhouse, Dev Martell. Uh-oh. Make sure that you update it, Dev, because it won't let me add you. Yes, it's not letting me add you. Make sure that you're updated in Play Store because it will not let me add you to the live unless you're updated. Make sure you're on your phone, too. And then let me know. While we're waiting on Dev, in the meantime, between time, Fashion Dolls, this has been a great week thus far, kicking off the holiday season, now heading into 2025 for season 19. We have some amazing guests that'll be coming on. And I'm super excited. A lot of fresh new faces you guys are going to see going into the new year. And I'm going to keep continuing to do this platform. And then February and so forth and so on. So while we're waiting on Dev, let me check to see if he's set. Yes, it won't even let me invite him in. Because the invite button is like a clear blue. I should be able to press that. So we're waiting on Dev to come in. All right, we hit. Here he is. I hope it works. I hope it.
Howdy.
Hello,
Can you
handsome.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear
What's
you.
going on?
I am doing wonderful. It is such a pleasure to have you back again for our second conversation. So much has happened since then. I'm trying to be careful so nothing pops out on you.
Well, don't you look lovely today,
Thank
as always?
you. Only for you. Only for you. I
You look.
had to because of it's the Christmas holiday season, and I felt like we needed some sparkle. So only for you.
Are you
But
sparkling?
thank you. So, what has happened since our last conversation? We know you got your show that is out, the Dev
I
Martell
do.
show,
I
which kicked
do.
off. You interviewed your castmates.
Yes.
So I watched it. I've watched all three episodes. Amazing. You and Roger again working together on your show and music. And of course, the show Talks with Myself. So much has happened since then. So to sum it all up, we're now about to be heading into
Oh,
2025. So
can you
how
believe
would you
it?
say 2024 has been for you thus far?
2024 has been interesting. I've had some incredible highs with a lot of the things that I'm doing. Um, Great new guy, talk show that I'm working on. It's a slow build. You know how that goes. Um, but the responses I've gotten have been very positive. New guy, new show, just new experiences, work, music. Um, I'm having a great time. Election results, aside. Um, I'm having a wonderful time. God is in heaven and all is well. I'll say that.
All the time. At and to go back to the results. Myself, I try to tune out everything. I mean, I know I've been on it. I have been keeping eyes to everything that has been going on, and you guys adore me for that. I love it. But for my mental, I choose to just tune out. Like my mother said during the election cycle, see and don't see. You see the things, but you know that there is one person that's in charge and who is the original king, the original tyrant. That's God. God has the last say so. So it's not over, y'all. You just got to keep that faith. We got to fight a little harder. That's all. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We didn't get the outcome we wanted, but other than that, how am I so zen and relaxed? Because it's been a stressful election cycle. Um, I must say self care, lots of self care, taking care of myself and pouring into myself because doing these shows where I'm having to give you guys everything insight by insight
Mhm.
of what's going on is overwhelming. So that's when you've noticed I've kind of geared back and dialed back off of the political content. And I focused more so on the fashion and the music aspect of anything
Right.
else. Because for 4 years, I'm not going to be covering. If you know, I'm not. No, I can't do it. My nerves are already bad as it is, and I just had to tune out. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have had to tune out to piggyback off of what you just said because it is. I've never seen anything like it before. But hopefully, there are some things that they're working on, and we're seeing that now. Um, and yeah, we just see, just pray and continue to be vigilant, to be aware. We're seeing things come full circle. So who knows? But just keep the faith, though. Just stay happy. Just stay positive and celebrate. And more importantly, pour into yourself. Protect your mental health, your peace, and more importantly, protect what you take in and ingest. And that's what I've had to do because going through those stories every day, reporting them, letting y'all know what's going on every day here, it was exhausting. It was taking a toll on me. My mother was like, "You need to go and do something else." And other people were also saying that as well too. You need to go and do something else. And shout outs to Diva. She said, "Girl, you need to go find you a movie to watch." And she was suggesting all sorts of movies. So I have just been, um, but there there was one thing in particular that kind of took my mind off of that election, and it's that fine Aldous Hodge. If y'all are not watching The Cross, what are you doing?
I'm
My
not.
God.
I'm not. I have to get into it.
Mm. And if you're not watching The Beautiful Men on Talks with Myself, what are you doing? You need to be watching. Uh, my God,
So
my
this
God.
was so this was actually my last season of Talks with Myself. Um, so it's been an incredible ride, but because of my scheduling, um, I felt like, well, for me, I kind of felt like it wasn't fair because we all kind of work around each other's schedules when Roger's filming and he's writing and he's trying to do these things and schedules and fitting people in and pocketing. And so because half of my time is, abroad in the Caribbean and the rest of my time is here, scheduling was really tricky. Um, and there were other projects that, I kind of like kept getting asked to do, but because this was my kind of first foray, my loyalty to the show um, was like at a 10. So it gives me a chance to use the small pockets of time that I do have, um, to kind of use them and explore other projects. But I mean, we're going to be doing some filming actually here using one of my houses as a location. So, I have a brotherhood with the guys. We hang out, we have a blast when we see each other. But you guys are going to, interestingly enough, get to wave Kui, my character. I do. And it's Roger and I joke because he teases me and calls me Drusilla from The Young and the Restless. Because for 3 seasons, I've jokingly and seriously been like, okay, when are you gonna write me off? Look, I need a fiery car crash. Look, can you poison me? Can you lock him in a sauna and he can't get out? And that's how can you make his death ironic? Like, how are we gonna? So it's interesting to see. I don't even know yet um, how I'm exiting the show because we shot it in a way where it could go in a million different directions. So it's going to be fun and interesting, but I'm still going to tune in and watch the guys. You guys have to too.
Yes, this season, I must say that this season, the fifth and the sixth season, this season right here was hot, and especially during the summer where you guys all were
We're
in the house together, even
special.
on the trip. Yes, and Roger is here, ladies and gentlemen. Roger
Hola.
Jr. is here. So it's sad to hear that your character is going off the show. They're killing. We don't know, but you guys have to tune in. You have to go to omepro.co. Go and check it out. Make sure that you guys are catching up on all of the episodes so that you can know where we go from here.
Yeah.
And I've had some of your co-stars on.
Yes.
A lot of them, Kenyon and me have connected because we love Jackie Jack. So we are Jennifer
Entendre.
Lewis team. Yes, I'm
Love
always
Kenya.
sending him little clips, and we get a kick out of it because that is one of my favorite movies. But it's amazing to know that you guys, when I seen you all on the couch together for your show,
Yeah.
it was like a breath of fresh air to see everybody outside of their element. Now,
Well, you're
Daryl
the
and me were
host
supposed
extraordinaire. So how do you think I did? How'd I do?
you, you did an outstanding job. It was if
Okay.
you were having a
High praise.
conversation with your brothers. It
Yes.
was like you were having a conversation with your brothers, and you asked each and every one of them a question from Tony to Daryl. And I mean, everybody had their own thing. They brought their personality. And the key thing is to doing interviews, you've got it from your cooking segments, your food segments on the show as well, too. So I'm trying to get like you. I haven't gotten there
No.
yet with the food segment. I know fashion, but I don't know food. So
No, you're doing great in the pocket you're in. Trust me, it's a well needed space. I'm kind of I'm having fun. I think we talked about this before on the show. Like I'm blessed to be able to say that whether it's music, acting, you know, cooking, talk show hosting, medicine, I think I can walk through this earth and say I've been blessed enough that every venture that I really kind of put my heart into, I've had the opportunity to be in, whether it's you know, whether it hits a zenith or whether it just kind of lightly dribbles off. I've had some incredible experiences, and I love, love, love. I love what I'm doing. I love my life. I love where I'm at, and I couldn't be more thankful. So it's good things are here. Good things are happening. You know, I
And it's
celebrate it.
all over you. I could tell you have a glow about you from this show. It's like an aura when I seen you all outside of your character because Daryl is supposed to be coming on my show, Daryl Duane, and we
Yes,
had something
Daryl.
originally set, and his character is a bit of a villain. So if you guys watch the show, I can't give it away, but his character is a bit of a villain on the
Mm-hmm.
show, and to see him outside of that character, telling us
Opposite.
about what he likes, completely opposite.
He, he's the complete opposite. It's funny because when I was doing the interview, that was like one of the big questions that kept coming up. Actually, just being around him, right, and knowing him, and then seeing him like on the screen as we're like you're table read or you're like filming, and you're watching him play this character who is this crazy narcissistic at any cost just wretched skin bag of a human being that he's playing, which also speaks to how well it's written, but speaks to how diverse he is and how well he moves in and out of this
Oh
character and
yeah.
himself. And it's like cut, and he's back to this. Oh hey guys, you know, like he's this wonderful. My sister has a crush on him because he is just this huge teddy bear of a guy. Just incredible fashion sense, just incredibly, wickedly funny and sensitive, and just he's. I mean, all of the guys are wonderful, but you know, Daryl is just this extraordinary human being that just takes this character and just you're just like, this guy's a piece of crap, and then you meet him, and he's like, he's the most incredible human being you'll ever meet. Like, it's his skills transitioning in between that character is bar none, bar none.
And then you have Tony also. Tony also was on the episode where you talked with the cast members. And Tony,
Yes.
like yourself, you both have a musical background. So
Yes.
what was it like connecting with Tony when you guys first met on the
So
set?
it was funny because okay, so they had filmed I think like they were like last season they were maybe like not this season but last season they were maybe like five episodes in, and I still had not filmed with him because of the way that they had set it up. I still hadn't had an opportunity
Yeah.
to film with Irby, who's also amazing. Irby, he's amazing also. But I hadn't had an opportunity to kind of to work with Tony. And then I worked with him. No, I did the interview with him first. Um, or did I work with him first? No. Yes, I worked with him first, and then they did the interview. Um, so I worked with him, and he was incredible, just raw. His voice is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Um, Getting to know his insights on love and life and how he just kind of moves through everything. He's very open-minded, but he's also very centered. He's very real, and he has just this sensitivity about him. You kind of have to get to know him, and he's a super sensitive guy. You know, very Badu. Um, you know, and of course he's chiseled. I mean, the body is bodying, like you know, most of the guys in the cast, body is bodying. Um, but he too is another one for the ages. He's incredible. I can't wait to see the incredible things that he's doing. I know he's working on some really great projects, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring out.
You have Derek. You have Derek was also there as well too. And another you're all beautiful. You're all beautiful black men.
You as well, are you,
And
darling?
he was there and he was there, and to see him outside of his element, because when we see Derek on set filming or whether it's doing photography photo shoots and we see the photos, Roger brings it to life.
Roger's
He's a
amazing.
yes.
Let me tell you, I am the most socially awkward person you will ever, when it comes to photos. Um, I'm horrible. If you tell me to pose, I'm gonna be like, it's just it's bad. But working with Roger, Roger brings out the absolute best. Whenever I need photos done, whenever I need a shoot, I call Roger, and Roger makes me look like an actual human being who knows how to take a photo. But and with Derek, Derek is this. He's funny. He's goofy. And he's not just this stereotypical shell of an incredible body and just nice looking guy who's vapid and who you know he's intuitive and he's thoughtful, and he's inquisitive, and he's charming and he's witty and he's just funny. He's the goofbally of all of us. Um, and so seeing the shoots and the photos, and then also knowing who he is, it's this incredible congruency that comes together. So I love all the guys. What yeah, my other sister, before I met my guy, she's like, okay, of all the guys in the cast that I want you to hook up with, it's Derek. I'm like, okay, I don't hook up, first of all. Um, and Derek's my little brother, because I'm way older than everyone else in the cast, first of all. So I'm kind of the little big brother of the cast, I'd say. Yeah.
And we talked about the car scene the first interview. So if you guys know, you know.
I'm getting in trouble
And
again.
Kenyon is here. Hey, Kenyon. Kenyon
What's
is
up,
here.
Candy?
Morris on Talks with Myself. And you guys also know him as Jabril Davenport from Triangle. And when we did our interview, I was nervous, but we had so much fun.
It's like
Kenyon
Capricorn
is so much
energy.
fun. Yes. And we connected because of, again, like I said, Jackie's back. That we love Jennifer Lewis. That's one of my favorite movies. So I'm always sending him clips of little things, and you guys can actually go and watch it. So yes, but all the cast members, you guys have a camaraderie. You guys have
Yeah.
a brotherhood, and that clearly shows on screen and off screen, and it's beautiful to see. We even seen it when you did your interview. So you don't need my critique. You did an
Oh, but
outstanding
I do.
job
I do. I
because
need to build. No, they're incredible. I've learned so much because I came into this. I was mostly like music and theater, you know, musical theater. I'd never actually acted behind the camera. So like meeting and like I have to be honest, like going on set and meeting people like Kenyon, who is skilled and who's a vet and who's done this for a while,
turns it
and
off. Turns it off.
he's so measured and he's just like so on time. And like I was the guy who was like, we have a running joke that if I'm on set, it's gonna be a long night because you're gonna have to do like 30 takes because I'm gonna flub a line, I'm gonna forget it, I'm gonna be but Kenyon is just so professional. He's if you were comparing a voice, he would be like Whitney Houston. He's a one take wonder. He goes into the booth,
Oh
boom,
yeah.
he does it once. He's like, we're doing this once. I got it. Boom. Love, and that's his professionalism. And excuse me, Roger gives us a hard time about being Capricorns, a lot of us on set. But that's professional Capricorn energy that he brings. I love Kenyon. Love Kenyon. Um, I've learned so much from him. Beautiful, inside and out.
He is the glue that holds that cast together. Kenyon is the lead
You have
character,
no idea.
but he is the glue, and you guys all bond right together. He is the
Yes.
key character. So when you have that ensemble cast member, that lead, that the rest of the cast members follow all in line
He's
together.
a
So Kenyon
linchpin.
is
He
the glue.
sets the tone, and it's so funny because coming onto it, and Morris is the anchor, right? But when you're on set with Kenyon, Kenyon doesn't. I've been on set with some other people doing like really professional major jobs, and they remind you, they remind you that they are the star of the show, and your character is supportive and or in their mind ancillary. Um, but Kenyon is he's like I remember I walked into it and he was like, "This is the supporting cast," and I'm like, "Thanks for being nice, but you are the anchor of the show. It is about you, and it is about your character and what you bring to it, and what This is Morris's take, and how we are all a part of Morris's world."
Yeah.
Um, but being on set with Kenyon, having conversations with him, he's just like. you would never get that. He reminds you how important your contribution and your talent is, not just in that space, but in general. How important each of our contributions are, how our talents are. Um, he's the prankster on set. Um, he's the
I'm
prankster on
glad.
set. Um, love him. I mean, I love all my brothers. I don't know. I don't. It's so Pollyannish, right? But I love all of my brothers on set. I love them. Just amazing.
And the bond that you all have is unbreakable. So it's like again, an ensemble cast. You guys, like he said, are a supporting cast. He's the main key cast
Hmm.
member, but you guys all have that camaraderie, and you fall into that character's life in some sort of way. Like, okay, Insecure is a show. Issa Rae was the main character, but she also had her friends right beside her. So when you have that ensemble supporting cast of just everybody supporting the lead, your lead too. So nobody outshines anybody. It's just like a group. Nobody outshines anybody. Everybody has their own part.
And
They're
that,
singing their part in a different
but
way.
that also speaks to the security that your leading man or your leading lady has, on screen and off. It speaks to how secure they are in their talent. And when you have someone who is secure in their talent and they're seeing something as a vehicle of importance rather than seeing something to only further their career, um, and they bring this this element of just connectivity and kinship, and we're doing this incredible fun thing that speaks to our community, that is building bridges and affirming things, and like pushes their ego out of the way. You learn so much about how you could move a culture forward, behind the scenes, as far as acting and movies are concerned, um, and in front of it, it just translates through, and like we're on scene and we're on set, and sometimes we're going through these lines, and we'll do blocking, but we'll run our lines together. And as we're running our lines together, no one's afraid to explore. Oh, I guess I got, no one's afraid to explore, um, you know, which way to take our character, because there's no judgment, there's no shame, and so being on set with guys like that, especially Kenyon, who's like, explore it, like do it, and he's also the guy who's like, if you're not comfortable with that, don't do it, you know don't do it. I when I say I've learned so much from him, and my castmates, I have. Like Roger, I've learned a lot, and the level of shade we have towards each other, the fun shade that we commit to on that on those sets and off. And if you could read through our group text messages, woo, we have so much fun. It should be illegal, the amount of fun that we have, kind of just exploring. It's just, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stop before I get myself in trouble.
And Roger says, "Oh well, okay." Has Dev touched on how much fun he has doing the sex scene?
Roger. So I'm okay. So I am one of the, I hate to say a prude. I'm not a prude, but I'm a prude. So I'm slightly conservative because of my day gig in medicine. Um, so I don't want anyone to see Dr. Winborn, as McDreamy or McSteamy. So I give Roger a very hard time about what we can and can't do, um, and how to explore it and make it look really, really real. So I'm a bit of a prude, but we have had some very steamy scenes that I have, when single, thoroughly enjoyed. Yes, the car scene, for instance, with Derek, it was hot. Well, with Topher, yes, Queen Topher, it was hot and it was steamy, and the scene that I had with Morris Kenyon's character, hot. Um, But even filming that, I'm like, okay, there's only so far we can go. So I'll be wearing a shirt. You know, and that's a, you know, I'm also on a stage with a set with guys whose bodies are chiseled beyond belief. Um, so you know, for me, I'm like, I'll keep my shirt on for 200, please, Alex. Thank you. Um, yeah, we have fun. Roger's giving me a hard time. Go ahead, Roger. Give it to me.
But the scenes are they're so hot. They are fire. And the first time we did our interview, we talked about the car scene with you
Yeah.
and Derek and how you kept saying you hit your head in the car
Yes.
because he's so tall. He's taller than you.
He's much. Everyone on the set is taller than me. So if you've ever met me, I film and I photo very tall, but I'm actually 5'7". So it's funny because people will meet me and they are almost disappointed. Like they're like, whoa, where's the rest of you? Like I thought you were gonna be a super tall guy, um, but I'm not. So yes, Derek is taller than me, and we were in the car, and yeah, I'm supposed to be sitting on him, you know, grinding and getting a ride. And I remember hitting my head on the top of the car like 4 or 5 times. Um, but we had so much fun, and Roger was amazing at making that look a lot more sinister and sultry than it actually was to film. And when he played it back, I was like, oh, holy crap. But that's also something else too. Like I know I have insecurities around. I guess like a lot of us do around my body, around you know, all of us have well, not all of us. I can speak for myself. Have some insecurities about, you know, my body and my shape. And Roger is always amazing at, okay, what are you comfortable with? What are you, you know, what can we push and not push? But how do we, how, you know, he'll shoot it in a way where you say, okay,
Right.
I'm feeling a little, you know, I didn't make it to the gym the last 2 weeks because of my schedule. And he's just like, okay, well, we'll angle this so that the best, we'll get the very best of you that you're extraordinarily comfortable with, which is amazing, you know. And I've worked with other directors who've been like, we shooting this, suck it in, you know.
I personally think you are absolutely handsome. You are absolutely gorgeous. And I've seen some of your photos as well when Roger posts something because I see Derek and I see Kenyon and I see the other cast members, Tony, the rest of the cast, Derek, whoever it may be. Um, he brings those photos to life.
He does.
Watching, he brings the show to life. He's a maestro. And that's why I can't stop giving him his flowers because he
Yep.
knows, okay, what angle works here, what angle works here. And not only that, but how to get the messaging out. Because the show covers a number of topics from being bisexual. I remember one time Tony's character on the show talked about dating a
Mhm.
woman and what was it like dating a woman. And they were at the table. I think it was Kenyon and his guy, and then Tony and 4N, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they were talking about dating a woman, you know, being bisexual in college. This is a topic. This is a thing because bisexual men, there is biphobia within the black community as well too.
This.
So he touched on that. Of course, homophobia. There's one scene where 4N and Derek are coming out. I just seen the clip. I
Yeah.
said, "Oh snap!"
Yeah.
That goes on in the queer community as well too. When you're walking out in the streets, what looked to be like New York, where they were coming out of coming out of some kind of store or restaurant, and this guy just utters the f word
Yeah.
to listen. Y'all not about to be playing with queer people these next few years. That's exactly what goes on in real time as it pertains to homophobia. So Roger has an excellent eye for covering things that real life people actually go through and real life situations like biphobia. I'm glad we touched on that, and of course the heterosexual relationships because these are things that go on within the black community. He made it inclusive, not just for us in the queer community, but also for the hetero community as well too. So it goes back to what you said about bridging that gap and making sure that is included everybody is included in the space. And what I love also is that Morris, Kenya's character, and his wife, when she found
Yes.
out that he, was dealing with men, that's
First couple of
unheard
seasons
of.
in. Woo!
They've come a long way. They've come a long way. Like she'll crack jokes with him. Like it's good.
Your body,
This is
is he
beautiful to see.
okay? Yes. Which happens in real life too. Sometimes you have those relationships which are, they supersede that, and you end up becoming. I know I have a biological son, and it was the same situation for me. My oldest son, he's now 30, and so his mother and I, we didn't really struggle as hard as a lot of other people do. There wasn't this major sense of betrayal. Um, but we did have some moments and periods in our relationship. But we're very extraordinarily great friends. She calls me, she asks me for advice. We talk about, life things. We're great friends, very supportive. And so those situations are very real. They are. I also like we were talking um, in our interview, and I think the last time we spoke, um, that we didn't really get a chance to expand on the fact that the diversity in the cast, the way that he cast, um,
Oh yeah,
the way that Roger casted all of us, was so that because gender identity, sexuality, femininity, masculinity is all on this spectrum.
yes,
And the beauty of this spectrum is you have some of these characters who aesthetically fit this extraordinarily heteronormative ideal aesthetically. Um, and then you have other characters on the other end of the spectrum. I know, like my character, um, who's kind of like me, kind of not. Um, but Kui is very feminine, very, the whole point of his character was Roger wanted to take this character based off of a good friend he had. Um, this character that was unabashedly himself,
yeah,
that was very gay, that was not afraid to queen out, that would question why he could not authentically be himself. And you see Kui, excuse me, and I've actually gone through a lot of being able to explore myself and my own sexual identity, my own personality, looking at Kui and through the lens of this character and saying, um, these ideals of exploring myself. I know, like, even things from like the way I wear my hair to some of the clothes that I wear. Um, it's it's allowed me to lean. Playing this character allowed me to lean into that side of myself that was a little more feminine, a little more soft topish, a little more genteel, a little more unabashed, but also a little more affirmatively masculine in in that way of I am who I am, and I don't need to normalize this. You do. So Roger gave me that freedom with regard to crafting this character, and I think he had that foresight to be able to say, okay, you can do this character. You can play this character, if for not, but playing yourself. You can play this character and explore and expand. So it's incredible. I love the way that he made the cast so broad. I love it.
and and that just shows people actually in real life in the queer community from different walks of life, different styles, different personalities. Everybody has their own thing. And Kenya says, yes, blouse. And Roger says, how much fun is Dev having creating his own podcast?
I'm having a ball. I have well, you know me. I have so many irons in the fire. Um, I'm having fun, but at the same time, I'm I remember Oprah having a conversation about starting her network, and her saying, I have all of this acumen and I could do this. And then when she got into it, she realized she had no earthly idea what the she was doing. Same here. So I had these concepts and was like, okay, I have these resources to put this together and that together, and it looks easy. And I know how to do this and I know how to do that. And we'll just bring it all together on this vision board. And bloop, 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 right? No. um, And and again, Roger, thank you, teaching me about just kind of how things should be filmed. Um, but also to my own credit, I am very business minded. I'm very self reflective, but I am also very determined and oriented. So I knew how I wanted it filmed. I knew what I wanted it to look like. I wanted a minimalist view that was bright and airy. Um, so when you watch the show, you see, it's not dark, it's not dismal. I wanted people to watch it, and the aesthetic of where we shot, which is actually here in my home, where we shot to be bright. I wanted you to watch the show and not be sad or gloomy. I wanted you to watch the show and be up and be inquisitive and hear what people are saying and be able to focus. Um, so everything from the aesthetic to the guests that we chose. I know a couple of people were asking me, so your producer, like they put all this together for you, and I'm like, no. Um, so down to casting, I have an assistant who's amazing. Um, he Rob is, amazing. My assistant's amazing, but I was very specific about what I wanted, who I wanted on the show, the message that I wanted to put out, the people that I wanted to interview, the way that we interviewed them. Roger was very instrumental in, okay, as we're doing these cap cuts, I'm going to play them back for you in real time sometimes to let you know you're going over. Because from having a talk show, sometimes you just have a conversation and the conversation's going over and over and over. And you're like, oh shit, I had like 15 questions I was supposed to ask. But because the conversation was so great, we're out of time. Um, it's,
And it just
I'm like,
flows naturally. It just flows naturally. And Eugene from Finding Me is here, who I've also interviewed.
watch this.
Um,
Hey, Professor Ogilvy.
and then Kenyon says, talking about him being a soft top. Now, you
Oh.
got to tell us about that. You brought it up, you brought it. So tell us about that.
Oh, Kenyon. um, no, I mean, in the community, I am a very sensitive guy. I am not the quintessential Afro Latino man, who is steeped in machismo. Um, I'm just a general soft top. I'll cook you dinner, you know what I mean, and then pipe you down extraordinarily later on, and not. I mean, you know what I mean. So a lot of people, sometimes people will see me and meet me, and they're just like, oh, he's probably, that's some good booty over there, and I'm like, okay, so I mean, and it just all depends, I, I don't know how Kenyon set me up to walk into this. Next topic.
Oh my goodness. All the cast is here. So we're seeing Kenyon, you've got Eugene, you've got Roger. I see my mentor, Miss Melody. I hope you guys all are enjoying the conversation, Fashion Dolls. We are here with Dev Martell, and we are talking about his new talk show, and it is called The Dev Martell Show. So you guys need to go and check it out if you have not. What I loved about it also for watching it when you posted the episode is the minimalism, the white, everything was serene. Whereas if you notice me, everything is sparkly over here. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of depth. When we do our talk shows, we match our sets to our personality.
Hmm.
And for you, you like minimalist, you like clean, you like, and I love that too. My brother is, but his is you like white, he likes black. Everything has to be black in his home,
Well, it's
like
weird because my
everything.
office, my office
Kitchen,
is
everything.
counter. So my office,
Yeah.
working, and you'll see if you ever get a chance to come here. So my office, I was very specific. I wanted my office to be extraordinarily, because we all have that duality. We talk about duality a lot.
Yeah.
I'm very minimalist, but I wanted my office to be very reflective of my my ethnic background, culturally. So this photo here, I don't know if you can see it, but this photo here is a picture of me and my grandfather. So
Mm,
so my grandfather was sick and he was passing away, and I had a camera. They called us to the hospital, and I had happened to, we were out on the beach, and I happened to have a camera around my neck. Forgot about the camera. We were so distressed, just everyone getting to the hospital. And I gave him a hug, and I was talking to him, and the shutter on the camera just kept going off. And so my mom was like, "Your camera's going off. Give me the camera." And I thought nothing of it. Took the camera. At the time, it was the cameras weren't digital. It was a camera with a roll on it. And so maybe a month or two after he had passed away, I finally was just like, "Oh, I have these pictures developed," and the pictures came out, and I had several pictures of just, the side of the bed, the floor, and ironic enough, one of us holding hands as he was passing away. And so it was extraordinary, and it was just, so I know that whatever home I've had, this has came with me. So my office is very black. I love gold, but it's very black and gold. You'll see the wallpaper is reflective of some cloth that I got, a blanket that I actually got on a trip to South Africa. So I had the wallpaper made from that. So my office is very reflective of that other side, but the rest of my house is extraordinarily minimal. You're absolutely correct in that. Your sets sparkly, Miss Diva. That's what your sets always give you.
And y'all know it. Y'all, you know my personality. I love a lot of color. Like I said, I have four brothers, two sisters, and everybody had their own personality, their own style. And speaking of style, Kenyon is still on that blouse. He says you brought it up. That's why I called you a blouse.
He's always giving me the blues. I love you, Kenyon. Well, if anything is nice, if Kenyon is saying you have something nice on, that is high praise coming from him, because he is.
Oh yeah.
You talk about fashion dolls. Kenyon and Daryl are the fashion dolls of Talks with Myself. So yes, if you're rocking something and they give you a compliment, you best believe it's sincere, because they're the fashion dolls. Kenyon, that is high praise. Thank you.
Damon too. Damon
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
Damon
babe,
as well.
David, let me just tell you, I can't forget him. Jesus Christ, he is Mister. I will put together. He's the MacGyver of fashion. He will put something together that you would least expect it to happen as a stylist, and he styled actually quite a few of our shoots too. He's amazing, and bar none, absolutely amazing, beautiful man inside and out. That's another body. Whew, Jesus, good Lord, somebody call the law. Um, but yeah, he's amazing. Eugene is on with us. I used to have the biggest crush on Eugene, his character when Finding Me was going on.
Oh yeah.
I was in love with his character, and so I joke with Roger and thus him, because I used to call him. I was Monique with Professor Ogilvy with that character. So whenever I hear Eugene's name, I always say, "Hey, Professor Ogilvy."
And he was so funny on that show. Eugene on Finding Me, he was so funny. Like you had Fabian, you had Amira, and you had Eugene's character as well too, and it was so funny. And oh my God, Roger, can Devon touch on why he has so many plunging neckline blouses? Why is he so covered up right now?
It's so shady. So a lot of people, a few people, not a lot, but a few people have sent me messages, right, with regard to my characters' outfits and clothing. Um, so point of honesty, everything that you see Quee wear is mine. It comes from my closet. It is an aesthetic that I absolutely have worn or would wear. I like taking fashion risks, so I mix the feminine and masculine. So I'm very Prince. You will see me wear a sheer shirt in a heartbeat, um, with some combat boots. I love to mix it up, and yes, I love a good neckline. I love the décollage. I yeah.
Okay, yep.
I don't have chesticles like the rest of the guys, so I gotta make up for it somehow.
And Kenya says Roger is right in front of company SMH. They are bagging on you and your style and how you're dressing on the show. But this is what brothers do. They're just like, but everybody has their own personality, their own sense of style. And that's what makes it so unique, is that everybody's loving and supporting each other and having fun. That's what it's all about behind the scenes.
I wouldn't trade them for anything in this world. I have so much fun. It has seriously been a blessing and an honor to be a part of this incredible thing and the opportunities that I've gotten from it since. Um, but I'm it's so funny. I can't say I'm gonna miss the guys because I'm still I'm still like around them. Like Roger and I are great friends. Um, like I have a house near the beach, and like Roger, he visits. Like we hang out. Roger and I give each other a very hard time. Roger is a big brother of mine. I say he's the big brother that I never wanted. Um, but yeah, we have a great time. It's all. I told you, it's all shady boots all the way around. But when we're on set and we're putting out projects and we're working on our things, the support we have for each other and the level of seriousness and professionalism and quality, it shines through, and that's the part that I really really love. Yeah,
I
I have
am
to get the
going
guys
to
on
commit.
again for another interview.
Yes, that would be something. And with the Christmas holidays coming up, who knows what Roger? I've seen the commercial that he put out with the
Hmm.
cast members, but who knows what Roger has up his sleeve? I can't say. I can't say just yet. So you guys just have to stay tuned. Make sure that you are following OME Pro, because I'm pretty sure Roger's working on
Yeah.
something. As we're doing this interview right now, he's
Oh,
cooking,
he's
and I'm
cooking.
not sure
Oh,
what it
he's
is. So
definitely
you have.
cooking. He is cooking. Trust me, he's cooking. We've had a couple of conversations. It's sizzling in there. He's got some things going on. Hmm.
Now he
Hold
your
on. When am I going to
character
get
might be
you
new.
on my show?
Whenever, let me know. I would love to come. I would love to come on your show.
Yes. So I'll harass you behind the scenes about because I have season 2 coming up. So we shot about I think like 14 episodes. I've been staggering the episodes, but we shot about 14 episodes. We have some incredible episodes that we've done, and some incredible episodes coming up. Um, so we have Sean Morris is an amazing mixologist. He's amazing. He's coming up. We have Donna De Kuiper, who's coming up. She's had an illustrious career from like Broadway to
Yes,
she's amazing. I have some educators coming on. Um, season 2, filming going into season 2. We have an incredible lineup of people who've committed to the show. Some really big names, and I also kind of, obviously, I'm going to dig back into my talks with myself pot with interviewing the guys, Kenyon, um, that unfortunately I didn't have a chance to get on the couch, um, and kind of peel back the layers of this next season and our individual projects. Um, it's going to be a fun ride. It's been incredible. People can go to my YouTube channel at the Dev Martell. I'm gonna go to hit YouTube at the Dev Martell and it'll come up, and or they can just
yes.
go to devmartell.com and they can kind of see what's happening with regard to projects X, Y, and Z. Um, but yeah, we've definitely got to get you on the show. I had an idea actually for season 2, not to lean into politics, but to lean into politics, um, and I kind of wanted to peel back the layers of surviving. This next season is going to be about where we're at, where we think we're going, and how we can change the trajectory of so many different things that affect all of us. So it's going to be this next season is going to be all about staying informed, and being enlightened, and just beneficence and helping each other out, and staying in the continuity of that spirit. So I'm looking forward to season 2, but I have to get you on for season 2. It's a no-brainer.
It's a deal. I would love to come on your show. I'd love to, definitely. And Kenyon, you said getting Kenyon on the show. I asked him this in our interview. I said, "How do you find time to do both shows?" Because I think at the time he was doing Triangle, so the pandemic was going on. So I'm like, "You must have been on set to set." I don't know how he did it, but he did Triangle, and then he did Talks with
Hmm.
Myself. So I'm like, "How did you do it? How? When?" Like it's about balance because I know his schedule is crazy with him having to do the show, do both shows, and a lot of press surrounding it. Like Triangle is back. I've seen some of the new
Hmm.
episodes. So I'm like, how does he find
He's
that balance to be able to
incredible.
do it? I asked
He's
that interview. Yeah.
incredible. I know for me, it's hard enough because I've got like, I know for me, I've got that show going on. I'm working with another director where we're about to film another TV show and another independent film. I've got like, you know, my concerts and music, and I've got like, so I mean, a lot of us have a lot of irons in the fire, and Roger's
Yeah.
amazing. And like, I know we all kind of sit together and throw our schedules and dates were available. And so we all literally work together so that to put the puzzle together of where our dates and filming kind of work out. So Kenyon, he's working on, but Kenyon's consistently working
Yeah.
on that, and I know he does a lot of other work too. So I I don't know how he does it. I don't know where he finds the time. I know for me, it's it's extraordinarily hard, but for him, I don't know how he finds the time. All of the guys, hats off to all of them because they just, but it's incredible. Our schedules. I don't know how we all do it. It has to be kismet.
And then, like I've mentioned with Tony, Tony does his music.
Hmm.
4N does he does modeling as well too. So it's like you have to find that balance for all of these things. And I touched on that with my guest yesterday, Michael James, about
Yes.
being a parent, about making sacrifices. I'm a childless, dogless. So I now have a fur baby now. And I brought her on the show this week. So me and my mother are both moms now. So my brother gave her to us, and we now have a fur baby. And you guys seen her. So
Yeah.
it's definitely difficult with having to balance everything out, every aspect.
I was
So
looking for
parenthood
mine. She's running herself.
and so yeah. Okay, Christmas holiday plans. What do you have planned for the Christmas holiday?
Hell. So for Christmas. Okay, so Christmas is my favorite holiday. If nothing else goes right throughout the rest of the year, Christmas is my jam. You will walk into my house like right now. My house looks like the window at Macy's. Um, just trees everywhere. Um, and so I love Christmas. Christmas is very big for me. So my family, Afro Latino, so you have crazy Dominican people on one side, and you have my very African American family on the other side. So we all come together. I usually always cook Christmas dinner. It is huge. So you will have pernil and arroz con dules. You will have but you'll also have beef, and you'll have ham, and you'll have some fried turkey, and we some collard greens, and some candy yam. We mix
Mm.
it up. It's a big thing. I do have holiday projects, so I have some Christmas shows that I'm doing. Um, I have a show on the 21st, a huge holiday concert that I'm doing. Um, gosh, I've been invited to do three more shows, but because it's the holiday and I need a break, I may or may not. I'm still uncommitted. I'm doing some traveling, of course, over the holidays because I go back to the islands in January. I have a birthday coming up the 28th, so that's going to be fun. Um, yeah, and I've got some quite a few holiday events to get through. A couple of fundraisers, a couple of gals. It's a very busy holiday season, um, but I enjoy every second of it because it's the holidays. Why not?
And it's the best time to be around family. It's the best time to just be together as one. And to anybody out there to celebrate the Christmas holidays, shopping. Have you completed your shopping? Because I finished mine, and I was just texting a friend a few minutes ago, and I asked him. I said, "Did you start your Christmas shopping?" I have everything complete.
I have not. Now it's weird because every year of my life since I was 17 years old, my shopping is usually done by September. This year, um, because I've had so much going on, so many things happening, like new house, like just so many things going on. I have not finished my Christmas shopping yet. Um, and also, it's different this year because some of the pressure's off. Like like I was saying, I have adult children, so I've got like 30, soon to be
Oh yes.
22 and 18. Um, and so also like the nieces and nephews are older now, so a lot of them are like 18 now. So I'm like, I'm not buying gifts for you anymore. Um, and so my Christmas list, I have the freedom of my Christmas list shortening. And so the panic to get so many things now isn't so high. Um, my fiance, I've got, you know, gifts for him, of course. Um, and my other special friends, I have gifts for. But no, my shopping is not done yet. And only because I also am constantly seeing something and being like, ooh, that's nice over there. Oh, we're gonna give that to. So yeah, no. Long story long, not finished my Christmas shopping. No.
I I finished mines. I did mines. I want to say back in either September or November of this year.
Hmm.
And I've already had everything wrapped up for what I wanted to do. So all I have to do is send them out. Like the previous Christmas before, we didn't really, because we typically would meet at my grandmother's house, all of us together. And now everybody's scattered out. We had to go to each other's house. My mom cooked Christmas dinner and then she did Thanksgiving dinner. And so we had to literally do like an Uber Eats type thing. My aunt was the Uber. And everybody had to go and transport food to each other's houses. It was fun. Like we were giving each other's food because we typically would eat each other's food at my grandmother's house, but everybody stayed in and celebrated the holidays in their own homes. So we exchanged Christmas gifts
Nice,
that way as well too.
nice.
So it was pretty fun.
Making it work.
Yes,
I see
yes,
you.
yes,
I
yes,
see you
yes.
over there giving blue sequins.
I'm trying. This train is heavy, y'all. Do y'all see how long it is? Oh my God. So I'm literally trying not to trip. If you see me adjust, I'm having to spread out and everything. I don't want to trip. I don't want to trip. I'm sitting pretty. So, yes. But Christmas holidays is here. Looking forward going into 2025 because you've got season 2 of your show. What else are you looking forward to for 2025? I know my 19 is coming back. We'll be back January 1st, 2025. We have amazing guests that are going to be coming on. Hopefully, I can get Dev coming on. You guys have heard it here. I'm going to be on
Always
his
have you
show.
on.
Yes.
I
So,
love conversing with you. So you can always, if I'm available, you know how to do it. You just bloop, drop me right in. I'll be there.
and I definitely will. And I'm coming on yours too. You
Yeah.
asked me. So you guys have heard it here
And you
first. I'm
just
going on
sit on
yours.
that white couch with me and let's have so they can see. And I can't wait to see what lovely frock you put on for the occasion.
Well, you guys just have to stay tuned. But 2025, what else are you looking forward to for the year 2025? We're gonna have some obstacles, we're gonna have some hurdles, but for us
Yeah.
being creative,
What I'm
we gotta keep
looking
moving.
forward to, um, I am. I'm looking forward to a lot of things. I'm looking forward to see, I'm looking forward to love and watching it grow, and feeding and nurturing it. I'm looking forward to, even though we're all going to experience some adversities and hurdles, I'm also looking forward to the determination, the will, and the hope that I know will come from it. Um, I'm looking forward, to seeing what incredible things come from adversity, um, with regard to almost every space in my life. I'm just looking forward to just you know better days too. Um, I can't wait to see, just the beauty that's going to happen. And, it's the world is just so pregnant with possibilities right now. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to a lot of things.
That's the same here. Surviving and keeping my platform going. That's what I'm looking forward to in 2025. And I always do a vision board. So I might do another one going into the new year of 2025. I did one for this year, 2024, and I want to focus on doing one for 2025. It's a lot that I want to work on going into the new year for this upcoming season. And as we have been speaking behind the scenes, I'm sure that everything is perfect for this upcoming season. Glad I was able to pop in for a bit. Enjoy. Thank you, Jay and Roger, ladies and gentlemen. Roger is Jr., who is one of the most amazing. I call him Maestro because all of his shows, all of his vision overall, he brings it to life. So thank you so much, Roger. I always continue to give you your flowers because you have given a voice to the voiceless in the queer community because our stories are not oftentimes told. And we see it on television. We see it in mainstream television, and we touched on this in our very first interview, myself and Dev. But to see it told in this way, where it's also, okay, how can we bridge the gap? How can we tell from, you know, what do we need to do to fix this? And showcasing that whatever happens, you're still family, you still work together at the end of the day. We all have our differences, but everybody is different and unique in their own way. And that's what makes us have something in common is that we all bleed red, but as far as anything else, style, religion, whatever it may be, we all are different. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that, Fashion Dolls, before we close out. Such a great time. So, Deb, before we close out,
Yes.
what are the gifts that you would like to give to the Fashion Dolls going into the year of 2025? Because I'm going to have him back on again, y'all, for this upcoming season.
Wow. What advice or what gifts? Like, I mean, huh. You know, I that is a good question. What advice would I give? The advice that I would give is to be slower to speak and quicker to listen.
Yeah,
Um, to think with, people are often saying, be rational, be rational. Yes, be rational, but also think with your heart. Let your heart move you. I think there's an absence of sentimentality um, in today's world. So, I mean, just follow your heart, lead with love. Um, and I think that's the best advice I could possibly give. That's it.
absolutely. Going into 2025, lead with love. And to add on to what Deb just said, I'm going to leave you guys with today's final thought. And it goes like this: do not be discouraged. It is often the last key in the bunch that opens the lock. So we're in for a fight these next 4 years or how long ever, but we're going to be all right. And I want you guys to reassure yourself that affirmations, every morning I get up, I always say an affirmation. And I always say, make the impossible possible. So make sure you guys are staying vigilant, protecting your mental health and peace because you are sacred. And more importantly, make sure that you are taking time and pouring into yourself. We give so much of ourselves, it's human nature that we pour into other people, but we have to make sure that we are pouring into ourselves as well, also. And I want you guys to stay fierce, stay fabulous, um, enjoy your weekend. Christmas holidays, I know the stores are going to be packed. I know the airlines are going to be packed because people are going to be going home to their families. My suggestion to everybody is go ahead and book your flights or whatever you need to do in advance because I know Southwest, I know American, all of these airlines, the lines are going to be wrapped around the corner. And I'm talking about Beyonce ticket lines. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take
Y'all
ticket
need
length.
to make sure that y'all go ahead and book in advance. Go ahead and get it done because a lot of us are going to want to be going home to spend time with our families for the Christmas holidays or Christmas dinners. Make sure that you're doing your shopping for that as well to rack up and stock up on everything that you need for everything. That's my suggestion for everybody for the next for years to come. And again, stay vigilant, protect your peace, and
At
love
all
on yourself,
costs.
dear friend. All of that. Um, so Dev, where can everyone follow you? Again, the Dev Martell Show, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys please go and check it out and let everyone know where they can follow you.
They can go to my YouTube channel to watch the show, which is YouTube. Of course, you have to, you know, at the Dev Martell, TheDevMartel. And you can head over to my website, www.devmartel.com. And I look forward to seeing everyone. You know, is
All
Jay
right,
still
Fashion.
on here? Is Jay? I can't.
Jay, Jay left. Jay
Jay left. Oh, I
said,
was gonna say
"Man,
I'm
I was
gonna
getting
harass
caught in
sweet
for a
baby
business."
Jesus.
And thank y'all all so much. The entire cast of Talks with Myself, Kenyon. I've seen a few of my colleagues. Shout outs to Bubs to God. Thank you all so much for your love and your unconditional support for this platform. Joining me next week, we have Travis Winters. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking men's winter fashion trends. So make sure y'all tune in next week. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe and subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube if you have not. And hit the bell so you can be notified when new episodes are posted, and you can check out some of the previous episodes from this week as well. And head on over and subscribe to Dev's channel as well too, and catch the Dev Martell Show as well. New episodes will be dropping. So I love you all. Stay vigilant, stay aware, stay fierce, stay fabulous, and most importantly, stay styled by Steve. Take care, everyone. And Dev, always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
You too.
Bye.